So it seems like you guys really want a guide on how to improve your aim. There are a lot of those guides out there, so I didn't really want to make this video, but you guys have asked me so much that I can't say no anymore. Now, I play on PC, so that's where all my experience is. So this guide is going to be more PC focused. I don't really have any tips on how to improve your aim on console outside of practice. Sorry. But for you PC players, I have a few quick and simple tips that could end up helping some of you out greatly. First, let's talk settings. The first thing is to turn off Enhanced Pointer Precision. This is mouse acceleration basically, and this setting screws with your aim. It basically adjusts your sensitivity as you move your mouse. This makes it very hard for you to develop proper muscle memory. Muscle memory is very important because once you develop it, you know exactly how far you need to move your mouse to get your crosshair on the target. If your sensitivity is constantly being messed with, then you can't develop it. Funny story, before I got my new PC, I had this setting off on my old one, and it felt great. Then I got my new PC and forgot to turn it off. So this whole time I've been struggling because my muscle memory kept getting messed with. The only reason I remembered was because you guys told me to make this video, and I thought about the setting again. So thank you! You saved me going into Season 2. Also, if you are able to mess with your DPI, find the DPI that's good for you and stick with it. You want to keep it consistent, again for muscle memory reasons. Now for in-game settings. Turn mouse smoothing off. It's basically the same thing as the other one I told you to turn off, except it's built into the game. It is basically mouse acceleration, so get rid of it. Now when it comes to your sensitivity, you want it to be lower. Low sensitivity makes it easier for you to be more accurate. A lot of people leave it at the default sensitivity when they get into the game, and that's 30. That is way too high. You don't want one little movement to move your mouse across the screen if you only need to make a small adjustment to get your crosshair on the target. For example, my sensitivity is 3, but my DPI is 1200 to compensate for it, so I don't have to do a crazy big turn to look behind me. Now, this one is pretty important. You want to use your wrist for small adjustments and use your arm for big ones. Like if you need to turn on somebody who's behind you, use your arm. But if you only need to move a little bit upward to get that critical hit, then use your wrist. A bigger mouse pad helps too if you can get one. You don't want a small one that you constantly move your mouse off of. You also want a good amount of space so you aren't hitting your keyboard or something else. My mouse pad in space is pretty small and it does limit what I can do sometimes, so if you can avoid that, it'll help. On top of that, you really want to be using a wired mouse, not a wireless one. Wireless ones are heavier since they have batteries. They also have a bit of delay to them that could really mess you up. It's important to have a nice, light, and comfortable wired mouse. Now for the biggest and most important thing. That is practice. As you all probably know, the more time you put into something, the better you're going to become at it. You could use the training room to get used to new sensitivity settings or to warm up, but I wouldn't put too much time into practicing there. It definitely helps you get a feel for things, but most of the bots stand still, and the two that do move very predictably. It's not the same as practicing your aim against real thinking people that move in all sorts of ways. That's where you're going to get your real practice from. And again, the more time you put into practicing, the better you'll be. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.